I think as indie developers that we need to actually have a true conversation about repurposing content, and that's what we're gonna do. Hey guys, I'm Ghost from GhostszMusic.com, and today we are going to be diving deep into the world of repurposing content. And today I'm actually starting something brand new, and that is actually repurposing my content. And it's this very content that you're watching right now, and we're actually going to explain what it means to repurpose content, why do we do it, and why is it very effective. So first, we need to discuss what is repurposing content. And this falls into several different categories. If you run a blog, if you run a podcast, if you run any sort of business where you're purposing content for your readers, then it's more than likely that you are making content. Now, repurposing that content means that we take content A, it could be a video, podcast, picture, whatever we're using at the time, and actually incorporating it in another form of social media. The best way to take that would be actually taking this very content that you're watching right now, cutting up the juiciest parts of it, posting it to Instagram. We do the same thing. We take another, or maybe the same content, and we redistribute this content on Snapchat. We can also do LinkedIn. We're also going to take maybe this content and repurpose it into a podcast. Maybe type this content up, post it on your blog. And that generally what repurposing content is, which one takes out the guesswork of actually creating content so often and various content for different platforms. It actually makes us winners at the end of the day. Two, one of the biggest things that we actually can do is, as indie developers especially, is let's say we're working on a new part of our game and we actually see that, hey, we did a pretty cool or pretty sick combo. Like let's say we're creating a action RPG. And we did this cool, flashy new move, and we're like, hey, this is pretty cool. Captured it, create the little catchy like sound effects, added some of the text, threw it on Snapchat, and now people are like, hey, this seems pretty cool. I might want to add this somewhere, or maybe I might want to bookmark this. And then we do the same thing on Instagram, and we add it to our stories, and we're like, hey, cool kid story, or something like that. And now we're getting the most mileage out of this 15-second clip that we've created. Now we can actually incorporate it and use that piece of content on both platforms, link back to our YouTube channel where we have a full deep dive of whatever game or whatever content that we are working on. And it actually brings all those people now into a new market where they want to follow you, and they're so ecstatic and so delighted to see what you're working on that they become fans. They become super fans at that point. Lastly, the final piece of content that I do want to talk about, especially when we repurpose content, is the fact that we get so much flexibility and so much free time just alleviated that we're now ahead of the game in certain aspects. And with that being said, I would love to hear what you guys have, or whatever ideas, or how are you incorporating this in your social media accounts. Feel free to leave me a comment below. I'll love to read it. I'll love to respond. And maybe I can learn a thing or two. And with that one, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.